What is up, guys? We have two Nami deck profiles here, but it's going to be the same list from these two. Who are you guys, and what did you guys, with Nami, what did you guys accomplish? Are you the top 16 person and the top 32?
I'm top 16.
Okay,
yeah,
top 32. So Nami was able to make top 16 and 32, and we're going to go into the deck profile just right now. Here's the playmat that they were able to get. Let's go into it. So yeah, you want to put it on the table? So why Nami for this particular event for you two to play, I guess?
Nami is simply the best deck in the room. It has even positive matchups against almost everything. Like blue being like the biggest exception, but even against like decks like Reiju and Dofi, you have very good tools against both decks.
Yeah, there's not much else to say. The deck is kind of just broken. It's a meta that's very slow, and Nami is really happy in those. And the decks that can beat it are not good into other things.
Yeah.
Like Reiju and Dofi are not performing too well in general. And because of that, it just made Nami like a very obvious choice, we thought.
Because the blue has access to what is her name, Pudding, to be able to recycle him. Is that why it's a bad matchup for you guys?
It's one of the reasons, but these decks also are like very aggressive in nature. They swarm the board really fast, really early, and very big.
Yeah.
Which makes it much more difficult when you pair it with Pudding.
I see.
Many awkward situations.
Yeah.
And what is your team name?
Well, we don't have a team name. I'm Thai Guy.
I'm Sam Stans. We just prep together.
Yeah.
Okay.
We used to play Legends of Runeterra together, and so our kind of.
I played that game too. I used to, anyways.
Yeah. And
Okay,
so
let's
we're
go into
teammates
your profile real quick
now. All right.
and see what your decision was to make each of these cards.
So first off, we have 4 Kaya, of course.
This card draws 2.
This card draws 2. This card draws 2,
Kaya's great.
scratches 2. It is the cornerstone of the deck.
This one also draws 2.
This one also draws 2.
Being
Very
able to
important.
recycle them is nice too. On top of that, the
For
Kaya
sure.
especially.
Yeah, Kaya of course has synergy with the deck, but it just has draw 2 on it.
Helps when fighting against Pudding and stuff, of course. It's very important.
This card says draw 1, so you
Yes.
play it.
Yeah, and also, I mean, it being a blocker, very good in the like most not-black decks. It gets a lot of value against them. Like, especially against Reiju, it's very good to play against.
This card searches this one, so you play it. It takes a card out of your deck and you draw another card.
You don't want to
Yeah.
play 4?
It's kind of hard. There's not many creature parts cards in the deck, so if you play too many, you like start hitting less often.
Yes.
And surges are very important in Nami because you can stack the bottom of your deck, and you can end with end games that are almost like checkmate. Like you know what's coming, you know where to draw to, you know where to get to, and it'll help you like make it deterministic wins.
There's a decent argument for 3. Instead we played 4 of this. This one is like a little harder to play because you have to discard 2 cards, but it searches both of the draw 2s, so it's very good. Also it's a 2K, which like comes up sometimes.
Yeah.
Is this the top 5?
It was top 5 for any blue card,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. And so like it's very important against like Lucian games where they play 6 cost Protoc against you, and they force you bottom deck 3 cards. You can bottom deck like a peel off, 2 peel offs and like a Kaya, or 2 Kayas and a peel off. And play that as search to those bottom 3 cards and mill through your deck, which turns the upside that they played that 6 Protoc against you.
Okay, cool.
This card wins the mirror. You have to play 2 because everyone else plays 2.
Yeah.
Activate, you may trash one card from your hand. Okay, draw. Okay.
Because, you know, you activate it, you keep drawing, and they can't swing into it, or else you play your counter events, the cycle. The Nami mirror, it's a mirror breaker. It is what wins the mirror.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's these blue cards, you can search it with Apis. Its floor is not bad because it's still just a 2-mana draw 1 at the end of the day.
It's very playable on the matches as well.
You guys
Yeah.
also playing Gideon in terms of the mirror breaking, or
We're not. This is our only mirror deck.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. But because it's good in generically in any ways.
Yeah. I only played 1 mirror. I don't think you played any mirrors.
I didn't play any,
So it didn't really come up, but it's a 1K, it's East Blue, draws a card, it's not that bad.
Well, you would have lost if you didn't have second hand, so.
Yeah.
It did
true.
come up. That's true.
We played this thing, this is like card 50, this could have been this could have been like anything.
Yes, we had like many deliberations of what this card was going to be. I literally just came down to, hey, we're thinking about 2 cards. Let's play Mr. 1.
Dozbone.
And it was the right choice.
Yeah, this card is good. It adds back Gavel Mills too. It can also add back Spada. Sorry, I'll show those cards. This
Yeah.
one's broken.
Spada lined up a little better here.
And this one's also broken.
Spada, of course, on the counter, getting you 2K, like letting you look at the top 3. Usually play it before, like after you play your mill effects, and you're able to know much better what you're going to do. Either like if it's like a Kaya or peel off, you're able to put it on top. If it's like something like like Abysses or like Hangers, you can put it on bottom, and like you're more likely to draw those proactive plays that you need so badly.
Yeah.
It is like I think the most undervalued card in the deck.
Yeah, because it doesn't mill technically.
Yeah,
it
but
doesn't mill,
it's
but
basically
it's-
a starter. It sets you up when your hands are mediocre. It also digs you down to your stack, and obviously the trigger is quite good.
Yeah.
Okay.
This one's the other Dasmone's target. This is very good. It's just for 1 cost you can gain
Trash 2
+4
cards,
and it mills 2. It's just kind of does everything that you want. As East Blue. This thing is just fodder. You
Yeah,
can search it with this,
It's
and it has a
with
trigger.
Gloriosa, and as a trigger, it's to kind of like even up our hits, so Gloriosa hits more often.
Yep, it's just the 13th hit to make Gloriosa hit.
Yeah.
This card's whatever. It has a really good trigger because it draws one and trashes one from deck, so it digs you 2 deeper, but its effect is not that great. It's just 1 mana plus 2 mill 1.
It's fine.
Yeah,
It's probably like the worst counter event, actually.
For sure. This card's broken. It draws 2 when you trigger it.
Yeah, but you don't really play it, right?
Yeah. We played it. I played it a lot. I don't know if Ty played it that much.
I played it in my top 32 round, playing against Reiju, puddings of course. So you pay 1 Don, play the card. You don't have to trash the 2 cards on it.
Yeah.
So you just like, although there's a
almost
lot of
always
deliberation
did.
about it.
Yeah.
But you play it to like stop like pudding from hitting you as hard. So.
Okay.
Yep. You also can play it to set up like level up beam draws because this card you need to have 3 cards in hand to draw with. So a lot of time you just have like a lot of dead fodder and just need to dig deeper in your deck. So you just play this and it works out. The math for it works out really well. Like you can, if you have a 7-card hand and a gavel, you can just play this and not discard anything. You get 6, you gavel to 4, you play this. Or if you have like way too many cards, you can just use it to pitch 3. And yeah, the biggest use case is that you play around pudding with this.
Yeah.
And it remove bad cards from your deck. Obviously, you don't want to draw this. It is in the deck for the trigger, but it has some upside.
And if you're triggering one of the 2 of these things, it is
Yeah, you
very
just win
easy
the
to win the
game.
game.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay, so we talked about this card a little bit. This is broken, draws a card. Gloriosa searches it.
yeah, 4K power, drawing a card is very, very good.
Yeah, and you're very often in the mid game in hands that can play for this because a lot of time in the mid game you have like
a
4 or
gavel.
5 card hands. You have gavel, and you can just get out of the mid game with a lot of health and a lot of cards, and it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is the other Gloriosa hit. This card's also broken.
Yeah.
This bounces your Kaya. It can bounce any of your creatures, but mostly you bounce Kaya.
Yeah, you mostly bounce Kaya. It is very good for that. Like it's like decks like Reiju, it's like a saving grace because they're always attacking. They can't really root Kayas that easily.
Yep.
And so you're essentially drawing 2 trashing 2 off of your 4K event, which is insane.
It's also conditionally the best trigger in the deck because when it triggers, you can bounce a creature of yours to bounce an opponent's 5 or less cost creature. So when you trigger this, you can often bounce, especially a Kaya, but really a Searcher as well, and it's removal.
Which is very good for like tempo.
Yeah, this card's super powerful tempo when you trigger it, and reasonable when you play it from hand.
Yeah.
The last card in the deck is White Snake. You have to play this as well.
Yeah.
It's also good in blue decks like OP and Reiju because it goes so wide so early.
Yep, this is just the punish into wide decks, and its trigger is also broken. It's basically a big Spada when you trigger it, so you can dig down like very deep into your stack. A lot of time you'll have like some known cards like in positions like 8 and less, and like a 17-card deck or something. You can just trigger this, and now you know your whole deck, and you can just like dig through it really easily over 2 turns. Often you don't trigger this because it draws a card on play, and it's like its effect is good, but in a lot of late game spots, it's very good to trigger.
Yeah, if it's like a last lane life trigger, it's very common to trigger it.
Yep.
And stack however you want.
Going forward in OP-08, would you guys make any changes for the blue deck, or are you not even gonna play Nami?
We might still be playing Nami. It's like it seems to still be fine before the starter decks come out.
Yeah.
Because like certain starters come out, Dofi and Purple Luffy get a lot better, which this deck's also really bad in Purple Luffy.
Yeah.
But I mean, like it's on a radar for sure. Like there was an Australian tournament where Nami did pretty well, from my knowledge. And so there's no reason that this deck is bad going
Yeah,
on.
I would say that there's a chance that like the ratioing of these 8 cards changes.
Yeah.
This is the most flexible stuff in the deck. Well, this is the other thing. If there's not that much Nami, you definitely don't have to play 2 of this. And you could get away with 0. Like in the past, I played 0 in this deck.
Yeah.
So these cards can change. There are different reasons why they would, but it's mostly just different ratioing within each other. The most complicated change is adding more Gloriosas because you have to add more targets. But the rest of the deck is going to stay the same.
Yeah, for the most part, because you're milling and stuff like that.
And ultimately, like all the other things are very standard. Like everyone plays all of these cards, right?
So no new cards, just changing out the ratios basically.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, and yeah, so did you remember your matchups throughout the whole day? Like some of them that were. What were your losses to? Let's start with that.
Let's see. Do you want to go first?
Yeah, so I lost in Swiss to Bonnie, and I lost in Top Cut to Black Yellow Luffy.
Okay.
I don't think that either of the games are particularly playable. I definitely feel like I got variance out, but that's whatever. It's card games. I don't know. I played good matchups all day. Like the deck is just so well positioned.
Yeah. And then what about you?
In Swiss, I lost to a Lucci. Then in Top Cut, I lost to a Reiju. Against Lucci, I was just one away. Games that like Marnes and Nami are very close. I think I wasn't as efficient as I could be because I was already 7-0.
Yeah.
I made Top Cut. But we went 2 games to get 2nd seed, so I was like a little laid back, probably more than I should have been. And then Top Cut, I fought a Reiju, beat them, and then the 2nd round I fought another Reiju. I won round 1, lost round 2.
Wow.
It was very close. So I was like 1 card away again. And then I don't know if we could do much better. I don't think about it. And then game 3, I lost. It wasn't even close. They had like
I see.
insane tempo plays. I had, like I went second, which we were supposed to do. I went like 4 GG, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's fine.
So you were unlucky. You actually had to play 2 of your bad matchups in the whole tournament.
I fought none day 1, but I
Yeah.
fought like 2 back-to-back day 2 feels awful.
Awful. And then they are the higher seed, so they get to pick, right?
Well, no, I
We
was
were
higher
higher
seed.
seed.
Oh, you're the higher
We
seed,
were
okay.
higher seed, like, but even picking doesn't fix the issues. that
Yeah,
happen.
after
Yeah.
Swiss we were second and fifth, but ultimately that's still a bad matchup, right?
Yeah.
Like it doesn't matter if you win and die, it's still a bad
Yeah.
matchup.
I see. Well, thank you for letting me pick your brain on Nami, especially for the next meta, since this is going to be a temporary meta, 7.5. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed your experience here at the Bandai Card Fest, and safe travels back home from wherever you guys are at.
Yes, thank
so
you.
yeah,
Thank you.
peace out.